Have you ever wondered why even when you eat little and try to exercise, the scale seems stuck? Why do your legs feel weaker and more tired, and you lack the energy to climb a staircase or carry groceries? The answer may be right on your breakfast table or in your afternoon snack. After years of studying the cases of thousands of people who struggled unsuccessfully with their weight, I discovered something that shocked me. Two foods that most people consider healthy, or at least harmless, are literally blocking your metabolism and stealing the strength from your legs. And the scariest part is that you probably consumed at least one of them in the last 24 hours. In today's video, I will reveal which are these two silent saboteurs that may be preventing you from losing weight and leaving your body weaker and more tired. Even more importantly, I will show you exactly how to eliminate these foods from your routine in an intelligent way without starving or creating more restrictions in your life. Stay until the end, because I will also share the simple substitutions that can reactivate your fat burning and restore strength to your legs in just a few weeks. Now I am going to reveal the first sabotaging food, but before that, check if you are already subscribed to the channel to follow our daily content that will help you transform your body. The first food that is blocking your fat burning and weakening your legs will surprise you, because for decades we have been taught that it was a healthy option, especially for those who want to lose weight. I'm talking about whole wheat bread and all its derivatives, including whole grain toast, whole grain cookies, and breakfast cereals that promise to be the healthiest choice to start the day. Here is the truth the food industry doesn't want you to know. Even though it is whole grain, these products contain a protein called gluten that may be causing silent inflammation in your intestine, completely blocking your metabolism. When your intestine is inflamed, it cannot properly absorb the essential nutrients for energy production, especially B vitamins, iron, and magnesium, which are fundamental for the functioning of your leg muscles. In addition, gluten can trigger the release of zonulin, a protein that increases intestinal permeability, allowing toxins to enter the bloodstream and cause systemic inflammation. This chronic inflammation is like having the handbrake pulled on your metabolism. Your body spends more energy fighting inflammation than burning fat. But the problem doesn't stop there. Whole wheat bread, even with its reputation for being healthy, has a glycemic index that can reach 75, almost the same as pure sugar. This means that when you eat a slice of whole wheat bread in the morning, your body gets a spike in blood sugar that forces the pancreas to release large amounts of insulin. Insulin is known as the fat storage hormone, and when your levels are constantly high due to the regular consumption of bread and cereals, your body literally cannot access fat stores to burn them as energy. It's like having a vault full of fuel, but the key is broken. And here comes the part that directly affects the strength of your legs. When your body cannot burn fat efficiently, it starts breaking down muscle proteins for energy, especially in the leg muscles, which are the largest in the body. This explains why many people who regularly consume whole wheat bread report a feeling of weakness in their legs, difficulty climbing stairs, and muscle fatigue even after a night's sleep. Recent studies have shown that people who removed gluten from their diet, even without having celiac disease, experienced significant improvements in muscle energy and fat-burning capacity in just 3 to 4 weeks. The explanation lies in the reduction of intestinal inflammation, which allows better nutrient absorption and more efficient regulation of metabolic hormones. So, did you already suspect that whole wheat bread could be sabotaging your results? Or was this information a total surprise? Leave a comment if you have ever experienced eating whole wheat bread thinking you were making the right choice. The second food that is sabotaging your results is even more treacherous, because it is disguised as a healthy option and is present on the table of most Brazilian families every day. I am talking about conventional dairy, especially skim milk, processed cheeses, and sweetened yogurts that are sold as allies of weight loss. The truth is that these products contain a protein called casein A1, which is completely different from casein A2 found in goat's milk or milk from pasture-raised cows. Casein A1 is a protein that many people have difficulty fully digesting, even without knowing they are intolerant. When this protein is not well digested, it transforms into a compound called BCM7, which can cross the intestinal barrier and cause systemic inflammation. This inflammation has two devastating effects on your body. First, it activates cortisol, the stress hormone, which not only blocks fat burning, but also promotes the accumulation of abdominal fat. Second, It interferes with the absorption of essential minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and potassium, which are fundamental for proper muscle contraction. This explains why many people who regularly consume dairy experience frequent cramps, especially in the legs, and a general sense of muscle weakness. But here is what is even more concerning. Conventional dairy contains artificial hormones and antibiotic residues that are given to confined cows. These artificial hormones, especially synthetic estrogens, can completely deregulate your endocrine system, making your body store fat instead of burning it. The result is an increasingly slower metabolism and progressively weaker, less toned leg muscles. In addition, many dairy products are rich in lactose, a sugar that can cause insulin spikes similar to those of whole wheat bread, keeping your body in fat storage mode. Recent studies have shown that people who removed conventional dairy from their diet for just 30 days experienced significant improvements in body composition, with reduced abdominal fat and increased muscle strength, especially in the legs. The explanation lies in the reduction of systemic inflammation and improved insulin sensitivity, which allows the body to finally access and burn accumulated fat stores. It is important to mention that not all dairy products are problematic. Raw goat cheeses, homemade kefir made with milk from pasture-raised animals, and high-quality ghee butter can actually support your weight loss and muscle strengthening goals because they contain the more digestible casein A2 and do not have the artificial hormones found in industrialized products. Now that you know the two main saboteurs that may be blocking your progress, I will share the smart substitutions that can completely reverse this situation and get your metabolism working in your favor again. To replace whole wheat bread and all gluten-based products, the first option I recommend is baked or boiled sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes contain complex carbohydrates that provide sustained energy without causing insulin spikes, and they are rich in beta-carotene, which fights inflammation, and potassium, which strengthens muscle contraction. Another excellent substitution is tapioca made with pure cassava starch, which is naturally gluten-free and can be filled with eggs, goat cheese, or avocado to create a complete and nutritious meal. For those who miss bread at breakfast, a fantastic option is to prepare banana pancakes with eggs. Simply mash a ripe banana, mix with 2 beaten eggs, and cook like a regular pancake. This combination provides natural carbohydrates from the banana, complete proteins from the eggs, and is naturally free of gluten and inflammation. To replace breakfast cereals, I recommend a mix of nuts, walnuts, and seeds with fresh berries. This combination provides healthy fats that stabilize blood sugar, proteins that maintain satiety, and antioxidants that fight inflammation. As for conventional dairy, the first substitution I suggest is full-fat coconut milk, which is rich in medium-chain triglycerides, a type of fat that is quickly converted into energy by the muscles and can speed up metabolism. For those who use milk in coffee, homemade almond milk is an excellent option. Simply soak almonds for 8 hours. Blend them with filtered water and strain. This milk is rich in vitamin E, magnesium, and plant proteins that support muscle function. To replace morning yogurt, I recommend water kefir, which can be easily prepared at home and contains beneficial probiotics that improve gut health and reduce inflammation. If you enjoy cheese, opt for organic goat cheeses or high-quality cottage cheese, which contain the more digestible casein A2. A fantastic homemade option is to prepare a creamy cashew cheese. Soak cashews for 4 hours, blend them with water, lemon, and pink salt, and you will have a plant-based cheese rich in healthy fats and free from artificial hormones. I will now share the specific protocol to eliminate these sabotaging foods from your routine in a gradual and sustainable way, because drastic changes usually lead to failure and a return to old habits. In the first week, your focus should be only on breakfast. Replace whole wheat bread with baked sweet potato drizzled with extra virgin olive oil and a pinch of pink salt, and swap regular milk for coconut or almond milk. Keep the rest of your diet the same so that your body does not feel deprived of everything at once. In the second week, expand to the intermediate snacks. Replace whole grain cookies with a handful of mixed nuts, and swap sweetened yogurts for fresh fruit with natural peanut butter. In the third week, modify lunch by removing the bread that accompanies the meal and increasing the portion of vegetables and proteins. If you usually eat sandwiches, try making large salads with leafy greens, quality protein, and avocado. In the fourth week, adjust dinner following the same logic, prioritizing proteins, vegetables, vegetables, and healthy fats. During this entire process, it is essential that you hydrate properly because eliminating these inflammatory foods will make your body begin to flush out accumulated toxins, and water helps with this cleansing process. I recommend at least 35 milliliters of water per kilogram of body weight per day, always between meals so as not to dilute digestive juices. It is also important to include regular movement, even if it is just a 20-minute walk per day, because gentle exercise speeds up lymphatic circulation and helps eliminate toxins. In the first few days, you may experience some symptoms such as mild headaches, fatigue, or mood changes. This is completely normal and indicates that your body is detoxifying from inflammatory compounds. These symptoms usually disappear within 3 to 5 days, and that is exactly when you will begin to feel the first benefits: more energy, less bloating, and an overall feeling of lightness in the body. The results you can expect by following this protocol are truly transformative, but it is important to have realistic expectations about the timeline of each change. In the first week, you will probably notice a significant reduction in bloating, especially abdominal, because eliminating gluten and casein A1 quickly decreases intestinal inflammation. Many people also report an improvement in sleep quality and morning energy. In the second week, you should begin to notice that your legs feel less heavy and tired at the end of the day, and activities such as climbing stairs become a little easier. This happens because reduced inflammation allows your muscles to better absorb nutrients and recover more quickly. Between the third and fourth week is when the results become more visible. The scale begins to show lower numbers, your clothes fit looser, especially at the waist, and you feel a noticeable increase in muscle energy. Many channel followers report being able to return to activities they had abandoned due to lack of leg strength. From the first to the second month, the benefits intensify exponentially. Your metabolism begins to function more efficiently, burning fat even at rest, and your leg muscles regain tone and endurance. It is common for people to report losing between 3 to 8 kilos during this period, without starving or doing strenuous exercise. The key is consistency and patience with the process. Remember that these foods may have been sabotaging your progress for years, so it is natural for the body to need a few weeks to completely reprogram itself. Each person is unique, and factors such as age, health history, and initial level of inflammation may influence the speed of results. The important thing is to celebrate every small improvement and trust the process. It is also essential that you understand the signs that your body is responding positively to the changes. The first sign, which usually appears in the first week, is improved digestive quality, less gas, less bloating after meals, and more regular bowel movements. This indicates that intestinal inflammation is decreasing and your digestive system is working better. The second important sign is increased mental energy and concentration capacity. Many people do not realize that brain fog and difficulty focusing are related to inflammatory foods, and they are surprised when these symptoms improve quickly. The third sign is better sleep quality. You fall asleep more easily, have deeper sleep, and wake up more rested. This happens because reducing inflammation allows your nervous system to regulate itself better. A very specific sign that your legs are getting stronger is when you notice you can climb stairs without getting out of breath or carry groceries without feeling excessive muscle weakness. Some subtler but equally important signs include stronger nails, shinier hair, and skin with fewer irritations or dryness. These are indicators that nutrient absorption has improved significantly. If you are following the protocol correctly but do not see any of these signs after 3 weeks, it may be necessary to investigate other possible causes of inflammation, such as chronic stress, lack of adequate sleep, or other problematic foods specific to your body. In that case, I recommend keeping a detailed food journal to identify other possible triggers. A very common question I receive is about social situations and how to deal with family or friend pressure when you decide to eliminate these foods. The first thing I want to make clear is that you do not need to announce to everyone that you are changing your diet. Simply make your choices without giving long explanations. If someone asks why you are not eating bread, you can simply say that you are trying a different way of eating and feeling better that way. In restaurants, focus on dishes that naturally do not contain these ingredients. grilled meats with salad, fish with vegetables, omelets with salad. Most restaurants can adapt dishes by removing bread or substituting side dishes. At parties and social events, an effective strategy is to eat something suitable before leaving home, so you do not arrive hungry and give in to temptations. You can also bring your own contribution to the event, a special salad, seasoned nuts, or cut fruit. That way, you ensure you will have healthy options available. For moments of anxiety or cravings for old foods, always have healthy alternatives prepared. Nuts, fruits, cut vegetables with peanut butter, or even a square of dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. Preparation is fundamental for long-term success. Dedicate time on the weekend to washing and cutting vegetables, preparing nut portions in small containers, and keeping ready alternatives in the fridge. This eliminates the excuse of not having time and significantly reduces the chances of making poor choices out of convenience. Now I am going to teach you 3 practical and delicious recipes that will make your transition much easier and show you that eating without these sabotaging foods can be extremely enjoyable. The first recipe is a sweet potato bread that will completely kill your craving for traditional bread. You will need 2 medium-baked and mashed sweet potatoes, 3 eggs, half a cup of almond flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, pink salt to taste, and seasonings such as oregano or rosemary. Mix all the ingredients until you have a homogeneous dough. Place it in a baking pan greased with coconut oil and bake for 40 minutes at 180 degrees. This bread is soft, tasty, and can be eaten at breakfast with avocado or natural peanut butter. The second recipe is a creamy cashew cheese that will perfectly replace cream cheese and requesón. Soak 2 cups of cashews for at least 4 hours. Drain and blend in a blender with half a cup of filtered water, the juice of half a lemon, 1 teaspoon of pink salt, and 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Blend until smooth and creamy. This cheese can be flavored with fresh herbs, garlic, or even sweet options like cinnamon and a bit of honey. It lasts up to a week in the fridge and is perfect for natural sandwiches or as a dip for vegetables. The third recipe is a homemade almond milk that will eliminate your dependence on cow's milk. Soak 1 cup of raw almonds for 8 hours. Drain, blend in a blender with 4 cups of filtered water for 2 minutes, and strain through a clean cloth or fine strainer. Add a pinch of pink salt and, if you want, a teaspoon of natural vanilla extract. This milk is creamy, nutritious, and perfect to use in coffee, homemade cereals, or smoothies. The leftover pulp from straining can be used to make healthy cookies or added to smoothies to increase fiber content. Something I consider fundamental to mention are the most common mistakes people make when trying to eliminate these sabotaging foods. The first mistake is trying to do everything at once, creating such a drastic change that the body and mind feel deprived, and this leads to binge eating. As I have already mentioned, gradual transition is much more effective and sustainable. The second common mistake is not planning substitutions, simply eliminating the foods without having healthy and tasty alternatives prepared. This leads to excessive hunger and poor food choices out of desperation. The third mistake is not drinking enough water during the detoxification process, which can intensify uncomfortable symptoms such as headaches and fatigue. The fourth mistake is giving up in the first few days when detox symptoms appear, which are actually signs that the body is cleansing itself. The fifth mistake is not communicating with family or close people about the changes, creating unnecessary conflicts and lack of support. The sixth mistake is trying to be perfect and feeling guilty about occasional slip-ups. Remember that perfection does not exist, and an occasional slip will not destroy all your progress. The important thing is to get back on track the next day. The seventh mistake is not paying attention to the body's signals and forcing changes that are not working for your specific organism. Each person is unique, and some may need adjustments to the basic protocol. If something is not working after a few weeks, do not hesitate to make changes. The last common mistake is having unrealistic expectations about the time for results. Remember that lasting changes take time, and rushing can lead to poor decisions such as overly restrictive diets or questionable supplements. Finally, I want you to understand that eliminating these 2 sabotaging foods from your routine is not just a temporary change to lose weight quickly, but an investment in your long-term health and quality of life. When you remove inflammatory gluten and conventional dairy from your diet, you are not only unlocking your fat burning and strengthening your legs, you are also reducing the risk of developing chronic inflammatory diseases, improving your gut health, naturally balancing your hormones, and increasing your energy and motivation to live fully. The benefits go far beyond physical appearance. You will feel more confident, stronger, more willing to enjoy moments with family, travel, practice activities you love, and simply enjoy life without the limitations that excess weight and muscle weakness impose. Many channel followers report that in addition to losing weight and gaining strength in their legs, they also experienced improvements in problems such as arthritis, irritable bowel syndrome, anxiety, insomnia, and even skin conditions like eczema and acne. This happens because chronic inflammation caused by these foods affects the body as a whole, and when you remove the cause, the body has the opportunity to heal naturally. Remember that your body has an incredible capacity for regeneration and self-healing when you provide the right conditions. Each day you choose foods that nourish instead of inflame. You are investing in your future, your quality of life, and your ability to be the best version of yourself. The changes may seem small at first, but they accumulate and turn into extraordinary results over time. Be patient with yourself, celebrate every small victory, and trust the process. Your body is on your side and wants to be healthy, strong, and full of energy. You just need to remove the obstacles that are preventing this natural transformation from happening. Before we finish, I want to talk about a discovery that can further enhance your results. During my studies on metabolism and muscle strength, I discovered that there is a specific window in the day when eliminating these sabotaging foods can have up to 3 times greater impact on fat burning. I am talking about the first 2 hours after waking up. In the morning, your body is naturally in a state of light ketosis after the overnight fast. And introducing gluten or casein A1 at this specific time not only breaks this favorable metabolic state, but also programs your body to store fat for the rest of the day. That is why, if you can only make one change at a time, start by eliminating whole wheat bread and dairy from your breakfast. This single modification can accelerate your results in a surprising way because you will be respecting the natural rhythm of your morning metabolism. A crucial piece of information that many professionals do not mention is about the timing of substitutions. When you eliminate whole wheat bread, it is essential to replace it with complex carbohydrates in the first meal. But as the day goes on, you should gradually decrease the amount of carbohydrates and increase proteins and healthy fats. This means sweet potato at breakfast, fiber-rich vegetables at lunch, and proteins with leafy greens at dinner. This protocol respects your body's natural cortisol and insulin curve, maximizing fat burning during sleep, which is when your leg muscles recover and strengthen. For those who are facing resistance from family or a spouse, here is a strategy that works very well. Prepare healthy versions of the dishes you already eat together. For example, if your family usually eats pasta on Sundays, prepare zucchini noodles or thinly sliced sweet potato for yourself, but keep the sauce the same for everyone. This way, you do not create conflict or make anyone feel forced to change, but you still take care of your health. Many times, when family members see your results after a few weeks, they naturally become curious and start asking about your changes, creating a natural opportunity to share what you have learned without forcing the situation. I want to propose a challenge that can accelerate your results even more and create an amazing support network here on the channel. The challenge is as follows. For 7 days, eliminate only whole wheat bread from your breakfast and replace it with sweet potato or tapioca. Every day, during these 7 days, come here in the comments and write, Day 1 completed, Day 2 completed, and so on. On the last day, share how you felt. More energy, less bloating, lighter legs, or any change you noticed. This challenge will help you stay focused, and your journey will inspire other people who are just starting out. Who accepts the challenge? Write Day 1 accepted in the comments right now. If you made it this far, I know you are truly committed to your health and your transformation. And it is exactly for determined people like you that I create this content every week. If you identified with the problems I mentioned and are excited to try these solutions, do not miss the next videos. Click the subscribe button now and activate the notification bell. Shall we go together in this transformation? Your subscription means much more than a number to me. It means a life that we can transform together. See you in the next video. And remember, you deserve to have a strong, healthy, and energetic body.